how to become an educator for nails. We've had some people asking. We're going to direct you in the right direction right now on the Biz Talk. You like that, Trace? I'm going to direct you in the right direction. Direction.
You are full of it today.
I am kind of full of it.
Like the corniness that's going on today is
it's a little much.
High level.
Yeah, even for me, it's a little much. I don't like it. I'm going to slap myself. There. Now I feel better. You want to stab at that?
For it? Yeah, do it. I'll do it. Let me help you.
You're always volunteering,
I'm
Trace.
so helpful.
You're so nice. You slap me with a closed hand slap.
Foot.
Heel slap. All right. How to become an educator for nails. We get this question. We've gotten this question. I get this question quite a bit. How do I become an educator for young nails? I think what we can talk about, there's a few things to talk about. First is like how to become an educator for a company. I think we can start there. And then also what we need to sort of dissect is, what does that mean today? The definition of an educator has changed a lot over the last 5-6 years with social media. So there's kind of a few things to unpack, but I know we get questions all the time. How do I become an educator for young nails? And it's different now, right? So
there's been a transition that's been awkward, and then I think it's just this full transition now. I think it's been weird.
It has been weird. And so like my thing is like, okay, we need to clarify what that means first, what an educator is, for young nails. And so traditionally, an educator is somebody that you've got to be able to teach.
Yes.
If we have a class, you can teach a class anywhere in the country or internationally. Sometimes we would send educators internationally to, like Dubai or Australia, or we'd bring them with us. Obviously, all the trade shows too, where our products so well, you can teach. You can sit in a chair, have a crowd of people around you. You can actually teach how to do everything in our system, in our line. Correct?
Absolutely. And we'd bring them out for training.
Yes.
There was qualifications and then training so that everybody's speaking pretty much the same language.
Yeah. And then COVID hit. That changed one thing. But first of all, social media hit.
Yes.
That's the first thing that hit.
Yeah.
And that has really changed a lot, because with social media and YouTube and Instagram, a lot of education right now happens online.
Yep.
And we're not doing as many in-person. Back then we weren't doing as many in-person. We were doing very few trade shows, even pre-COVID. 3 trade shows.
We would have our monthly, OWC week-long course.
That's right.
Rarely classes in different locations. That was it was, we had kind of weaned off of that. We'd hold them here. So that's pretty much before COVID what we were down to. So we kind of just stopped taking educators, because we have a lot, and we have really amazing techs. And because when we go to a trade show, we take typically about 15 educators, and we kind of had our star group. We had plenty of people, so we
had a crew.
And I didn't, my thing was I don't want to bring on educators and then go, I don't have anything for you to do.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I don't think that's right.
So we had enough to fulfill the needs.
Yes.
So what does that mean today for us? I think, we're actually figuring that out, to be honest with you. What is an educator's role for young nails today? An educator's role for young nails is there's going to be education, but it's going to be more on the social media side right now. What we'd be looking for, until we get back to in-person classes and until the uncertainty of everything, goes away, we're not going to do, our 1-week course, at least not this year, probably starting 2022 2022, we might test one and see, maybe. But even doing in-person classes, like we would do a class in Reno, we do classes internationally, where most of those were just Greg, Tracey, and myself. They'd be able to handle it, and we maybe use some local educators there to help us out. But today, what we're going to be looking for in an educator is like how active you are on social media. I would personally, I would love, to have educators that would be willing to maybe come down to Anaheim and film, shoot video, but that's kind of more of what we'd be looking for, right, Trace?
Right. And so basically you have 3 tiers, right? You have influencer, you have brand ambassador, you have mentor. Now, speaking pre-COVID, it was influencers, it was 1 or 2 times you get sent a specific product for, they have a large volume of followers that, they are involved, and that's that. Then you had brand ambassadors. Now, brand ambassadors, we don't care about the following, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We care about the content, and then we share your content and you share our content, and it's a great relationship.
Totally.
And brand ambassadors may use other products, but they kind of love Young Nails. Then mentors were pretty hardcore YN users. They use Young Nails as their primary product. We don't have every single glitter or every single thing, so we know there's other products they use, and they could teach,
right?
And they could come down here and film, and you don't worry about what they're going to say or what they're going to do, And when someone asks, this was always important to me. When someone asks, what product do you use, that they say Young Nails. And they mean it. It's not BS.
Right.
So now it's kind of transitioned, like having them come film.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the big thing that we'd be looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know, for other companies, if you're curious about how to become an educator with other companies, my advice is reach out to them, inquire, ask them, hey, I want to be an educator for your company. How do I go about doing this? What does that entail? I can only tell you what that sort of description is. And it would be for me, and for Trace, it's like, we want to be able to bring you on, shoot videos, create content, because that's a lot of how our education comes out into the marketplace, is through YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, even on Facebook community. We drop a lot of stuff on there too, Facebook. So, if you're interested in that for Young Nails, we would love to hear from you. I mean, please do reach out, and we would want to see some examples.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, it's one of those things like, we have certain techniques that we use, certain language. So there is that too.
Totally.
And being comfortable in camera, right? And then that's the interesting about qualifications. We used to do qualifications, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes the most talented person didn't actually make it as mentor,
right? Because
the minute they got in front of people, and believe me, especially when I first started, I would turn red. I was nervous. I'm not talking about that, but there are, like, for instance, I know that there's one person who was like they have nail Olympics, Olympic winner for nails.
Yeah.
And was the most boring person to watch. Yeah. I couldn't handle it. They didn't come out to qualify. I just remember watching them. And it was...
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes. Amazing tech.
Amazing tech. Couldn't teach. Yeah.
Couldn't teach. So that, the personality. And that, for me, nails can be taught. Personality can't.
Exactly. And we're always looking for that combo. And I think if we were to go through this process of like recruiting... because we haven't actively recruited educator mentors in a very long time. We used to have really meet somebody, invite them out to training, for qualifications, but we may be sort of jumping in that pool again, looking for, new
fresh
meat, bro. We want some new peeps to come into the action.
Yeah.
And maybe we have a smaller qualification where maybe we bring out 4-6 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the whole purpose though is like teaching, you learn our techniques, you learn our methods, you learn our products, and then it's like, we start to want to bring you in on camera, shoot videos, and that's kind of a good starting point, I think.
I like that because, you do 30 people at a time. And
it's hard.
I mean, the amount of classes that used to be thrown
oh my God,
on a weekly basis
was insane.
12 to 20 classes going on around the state at a time. We had to have a lot of mentors.
Exactly.
A lot of mentors. Now, we don't have that. So, to be fair to everybody, you have 30 and you don't have anything for them to do. That sucks. So I like that 4 to 6, and be able to have the rotation, and also our mentors that we have now, putting them into rotation
for sure.
I like that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's good to potentially, bring in some new people to explore on video with fresh ideas,
fresh
right?
idea, fresh designs, I mean, to be honest, it's been a long time since I've been in salon. I keep in contact with mentors, and, my great friends are all nail techs.
Totally.
And so I try to keep connected to the salon life and what's going on that way. And, some things have changed. A lot of things, you're still dealing with the same type of people. And, but I like having that experience sitting in that chair, they're still in it.
Of course. That's super important. It's always important just to kind of stay with what's happening, now, even though you do, Trace, we have our mentors.
Still different.
Yeah, still different. Exactly. So let's break it down. How do you become an educator for a nail company? Number one, you need to reach out to the nail company, email, call. I don't know about call, but email, DM. I'm going to go modern. That's not very modern. Calling now is
you're going to get customer service, and they're going to be like, I don't know what to do with you.
Yeah, I would DM the company and say, hey, I'm interested in being an educator. I know our response, and you guys have probably heard this from me if you've tried, has been, we haven't been actively looking for educators for quite some time, but when we do, I think we've gathered some people's names, and we'll get back out to you. But that's the best way, is to reach out first, and then you want to get an understanding of what does that entail. If you are an educator / whatever mentor, we call them mentors. If you are a mentor, what are you going to be doing exactly? And that's been Tracy's thing, is obviously we don't want to bring in too many people because we don't want you to just sit there and do nothing. Yeah. We want you to be an active mentor, educator, educating, learning our techniques, and teaching them, right? Fly?
Yes.
This little guy, I know he's been coming around me too.
Absolutely. That and when you're emailing, think about what you said, what you will be doing, but what you want to do. Are you a avid Young Nails user, or, are you looking to do that kind of filming? Or maybe you're like, no, I'd rather be a brand ambassador and just do my post on social media. I don't want to film. I don't want to do that,
Right.
So think about what you're looking for too.
Yeah. And if we go through a recruiting process and you are considered, we'd have you come out. Got him. Nice. Good job. We'd have you come out. We would do it's going to be a qualification initially, right?
Oh, it's his brother.
Revenge. We would do a qualification.
Yes.
We want to meet you in person, get to know you, and then from there we would determine, who becomes an actual educator, and then from there, we'd probably, those that do make it, you'd have to go through our training at that point.
Absolutely, because again, we want everybody speaking the same language, same technique. Everybody has their twist, and that's what I love having mentors for.
Yeah.
Is they say it a different way. They put it, but again, we're still all on the same page, which is cool.
Absolutely. Like so, let us know how you feel about that in the comments below. If you're interested in becoming an educator, let us know, and also DM us on Instagram that you are interested in becoming a Young Nails educator, or anyone else, any other companies, you do the same thing. Also, let us know in the comments below any other topics you want us to discuss here on the Biz Talk. Thank you very much, Tracy.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us. See you next time on Biz Talk.